there isn't anymore what we call as a daily life in Gaza. We haven't had a normal daily life for years now. And what we see now more is people are staying at home more, or even at any place they feel they are safer. People are less frequently moving in the streets, less cars, and definitely people are more asleep at day so they can be awake at night.
Give us a sense, though, you talk about there hasn't been a proper daily life in Gaza for many years. What is life like in terms of supplies, food, diesel, petrol, those sorts of things?
So the situation, as we are sieged for almost 14 years now, the situation has been deteriorating rapidly in Gaza. Imagine more than half of the population of the 2 million people who live here are poor, are not able to afford whatever is available in the market. While there is availability of food, people are not able to go and purchase it. They don't have enough money or enough income to support that. Definitely the supply of fuel has been affected for many years. Even when there is a relatively calm periods, it's not delivered in the needed scale. Now, with any eruption of escalation, with any security instability, the one thing that it's immediately taken action toward is closing the crossing points for goods. Fuel hadn't been delivered through Israel since the beginning of the time, and this has affected so many services provided to the people. I receive in my house, among so many Palestinians in Gaza, only 4 hours of electricity, and you can imagine how much this is affecting our life.
So as an organisation like Oxfam, what are you able to do? How are you able to help?
But to start with, what we are doing to help the situation, even before that, is stopped and affected by the escalation and the lack of feeling safe to do your job. So we were supporting people access to food and cash and assistance, and even support the COVID-19 response. This has immediately stopped. What we are doing now is we are assessing through our partners as well, and ourselves, our team who are staying at home, are contacting the affected people, assessing the needs. But definitely we don't have any clearance yet to work in the ground. It's not safe for us to function for any humanitarian organization.
And give us a sense how you normally get clearance. What has to happen for you to be able to move around?
So there isn't like a strong system to it. We'll have to read around we have security advisors from different organizations, UN organizations and international organizations, a sense of what is happening, how big are the airstrikes, how frequent they are, is there any talks about ceasefire. So usually, unless there is a talk about ceasefires, there is no safe period, but it depends on where are the people also located. If people are more in shelters, it means maybe you can reach to them. So you have to read in the situation. And sorry to say that the situation can change in a minute. So what you read now, can it change in another minute?
Yeah. You mentioned COVID. Give us a sense of how it's complicated now with this fighting.
You can imagine when there is an escalation airstrike that is hitting the neighborhood and people are running away, you would not think about putting a mask on. You would not think about social distancing. And especially if you are seeking shelter within a school or even a host family, there will be a big number of people living in the place. So this is something that you can't afford thinking about how to not get corona when you are thinking about your life. Another thing is people's access to health services and to vaccines and to the chicken tests are affected. People are staying home. They can't go because they are scared for their lives. So the vaccination rollout has been really affected.
How do you know, obviously the people that get affected mostly are normal people, women, children. What is the sense in the community about how they want this to play out?
Honestly, there is lots of disappointment. There is lots of disappointment about how are we still threatened like that, how our human rights are still violation. Women, men and children are thinking to themselves, why do we still have to live in another round of cycle? Why is this cycle is not destroyed or stopped at least? So we are thinking about the lack of accountability and actions and pressure taken by the international community that are not taken by the international community to prevent Israel from violating our rights, to protect us as civilians. And with that sense of lack of the sense of justice, you can feel the lack of hope that is really spreading among the community, because it's now day 6 and it's still happening. The same thing is happening and people are killed.
The international community are talking about a ceasefire, demanding a ceasefire. Egypt is trying to broker one. What is your sense of whether this is achievable at this point?
We, personally speaking, from previous experience with the similar rounds, we have seen talks about ceasefire more than this time. We haven't seen enough. Even my grandmother, who's almost 85, she always asks me by the hour, are they talking? Is there going to be a ceasefire? And we are not reading that. Even the scale of the airstrikes that are happening are still strong at the same scale. I don't see where this is heading unless it's heading to a worse place. We need more than just Egypt mediating. We need international actors, governments who can pressure Israel to ask for a ceasefire. We need to address everything I have mentioned, but now to stop the attacks so we can save people's lives.
Laila, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.